Welcome to your preseason press conference. This is Lucas Oil Pro Motocross for 2022, the 50th anniversary season. I'm Jason Wygant, the TV host for both MAV TV and NBC. This press conference is our 450 riders. There's a lot of talent in the room. Going to try to keep this to around a half hour, but certainly there are a lot of questions, and hopefully we'll get some answers from the talent assembled on hand. We'll have questions from the media, so just make sure to use the raise your hand function here on Zoom so we can get your questions in. Today we are joined by Dylan Ferrandis, who is our 2021 450 motocross class champion, finished on the podium in every round last year. He's at Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing. We will be joined by Ken Roczen of Team Honda HRC, who was third in last year's standings and is a two-time 450 motocross champ. Aaron Plessinger will be joining us from Red Bull KTM. Brandon Hartranft from the Twisted Tea, presented by Progressive Insurance Suzuki team. Making his return to racing, a multi-time champion of the series, Ryan Dungey of Red Bull KTM, and also a multi-time champion, but on the world stage of MXGP, Tony Cairoli will be joining us, and also Shane McElroth, recently announced as a member of the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna factory racing team. Looking to get, I believe, Eli Tomac in here. I don't believe Eli was at the ride day today in California, but I believe we'll get him to log in from his home in Colorado. And I think we're going to miss Justin Barcia and Jason Anderson today. I think Anderson had a schedule conflict, and Barcia, I think, was commuting back from the ride day today. But still plenty of riders to ask questions of. And I'll just ask the first one here too. Dylan Ferrandis, wrist injury kept you out of the last few Supercross races. How are you feeling physically coming into this?
I feel good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, that wrist injury was nothing crazy, but it took me a while to feel like I could ride after a couple of weeks, but just the pain was always there for a long time, and I think it's get back to normal since only 2-3 weeks. So hey, it was a small injury, but very very bothering. So yeah, now it's all good, and yeah, ready for the motocross.
All right, thanks, Dylan. We'll go to Mitch Kendra for our first question to the riders.
Hey, Mitch Kendra from RaceRex. Is Eli in there? I thought I saw him in there for a second.
Yeah, he's there.
Hey, Eli, so real quick, how's the knee feeling, and how are you feeling physically heading into this championship?
It's made good ground and improvement, and on a healing. I would say I'm probably close to, I don't know, 90% to where I'm basically not feeling it all while riding. I would have to catch it in a weird way for it to be an issue. But it's been strong at home the past, 2.5-3 weeks. It's been making good progress. And I was definitely lucky to be able to take off Salt Lake there, let it heal for a few more days, and then slowly work back into the motos.
And then real quick, what's your thoughts heading on to the first year, or I guess first Pro Motocross Championship on the Yamaha? Where are you feeling at the bike? Like, where do you guys have a good setup so far after a couple of days testing, or kind of where you?
Yeah. Obviously Dylan, had a strong platform last year, and this bike seems to be totally fine in motocross, if not better, and an easier start. Even compared to Supercross. So I think we're going to be, right in the game right away. And it's been really nice.
Cool. Thanks.
We will go to Michael Antonovich with our next set of questions.
Thanks, Jason. This one is for Ryan Dungey. Ryan, you're back. What was it about this time that finally all the cards lined up and you finally got to do what you wanted to do, which is race this summer? What is it about just getting back out there behind the gate that made you want to do it?
Yeah, for sure. I've seeked it out a couple times. This time it worked out really well. We were doing some testing, things were coming together. The opportunity kind of came when a couple of the guys on the team were going to sit outdoors, Marvin not doing outdoors, and as well as Cooper. So it just opened up that opportunity, and we were riding a good bit already, putting a lot of good time. And this is, for me, it's a challenge I wanted to pursue for a while. So it thankfully it worked out now, and here we are and going forward.
After the time away that you had, the chance to reflect on your, Hall of Fame career, the championships and the races that you won, do you come into this one with a different mindset? Are you going to be searching for the perfection that you always search for and the frustration that you felt sometimes? That that's going to be a part of it. Do you have a different outlook this time, or is it just like 2015, 2016?
Yeah, I mean, I think I have a little bit different perspective. I mean, I'm in a different place in my life, with kids now and a family. And so all good things. But, for the most part, I approach it the same way I did before, and going out there, apply myself, put in the time, the training, the riding to be prepared. And to get the most out of myself, for me, it's always been, I want to be in it to win it. It's a tall order. These guys are going really good, and it's been some years. So Saturday is going to be the true test. But if we want to be in a good spot first race, and then just being able to build upon that as the season goes on. So there's a lot of unknown for me, just where I sit. I haven't been able to really put it to the test. I mean, press day is press day, and which is good to ride with the guys. But Saturday is going to be the true test, and Eli will be there, and all the other guys too. So just actually really looking forward to the challenge ahead.
Thank you.
Alex Gobert, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, thanks. Alex Gobert, MotoOnline.com. This one's for Tony Cairoli. For you, what's the first impressions of being in the US, and what are the expectations sort of going into this weekend? And yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, first of all, I'm really excited, of course, to be here, because it's always been a dream to ride Pro Motocross Nationals. And yeah, I had the chance this year, even if I'm out of a fully riding program, but it feels great, and I'm looking forward for sure.
Thank you.
Awesome. We'll move over to Grace. Go ahead.
Hey, this one is for Shane McElroth. How's your mindset coming into this season, just kind of with your couple injuries that you've been dealing with, and then issues trying to find a team to ride for? Just kind of where are you at both physically and mentally right now?
That's a good question. I think I would have to kind of say a lot of what Ryan Dungey said. I mean, I didn't get to race last year, and I haven't raced 450 on outdoors yet. So I think it's a big unknown a little bit. I've raced a lot of the guys out there for most of my career, but this is a little bit different, and a lot of new bike as of the last 2 weeks. And so not a lot of time, but it's been a good time so far, and I'm enjoying the learning curve, and I think it is a big challenge ahead, and something that I'm excited to get to do, and to try to regroup really for where I've been the last couple of years. It's in my opinion has kind of been subpar for myself, and just the level that I hold myself to. So I'm looking forward to getting behind the gate and learning how to race the 450 outdoors, and really just try to build on that each weekend, and hopefully carry that into whatever that is.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you. My question will be for Aaron Plessinger. Aaron, we haven't seen you in a while. And when we last saw you at Motocross, you were going really fast, and then you crashed out. Do you use this summer as a bit of a reminder of how good you can be and how capable you are of winning races? Because you were darn close last year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd like to say I'm going to come in and light the world on fire, but with only just over a month on the bike, it's hard to say that. But no, I'm just looking to have some fun, and I was having a lot of fun last year before the Unadilla crash. So I just got to remind myself that I was riding like that before I crashed, and I can do it again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to racing my new teammates I got, and just having a good, long, fun summer.
Okay, we'll go to Kit Palmer next.
Hi, this is for Ryan Dungey again. Yeah, I was just curious on how you actually feel on the motorcycle compared to the last time you raced outdoors.
Yeah, I actually feel pretty good. We have a whole new model this year, 450. And so I got the chance to ride it last September, prototype, and was really impressed by it. And then when we were coming out doing some outdoor testing, just naturally, gelled with the bike, things were good. Really pleased with it. It's in a good spot. We really didn't have to do a ton of work. Sorted through the stuff really quick. So really comfortable on the bike. And then the biggest thing was just getting the time. So that the amount of time, the months and to build up to be ready. So yeah, really, really happy and pleased. They did a good job.
Thank you.
Ryan, to follow up with that, yeah, how long have you had this plan? How much prep have you had? Is it relatively short, or have you actually been training and riding with the normal amount of time you would like?
Definitely it's pretty slim, about 3 months. I've always worked out, kept in shape, and back home it was a little bit cold, but it started getting warm there so we could start riding. And the biggest thing was the unknown there for a while. There was a period there I just had to put in the time. If it did work out, there was a lot of things KTM was waiting on if other riders were going to do it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to put in the time. I'm going to go ride and do my motos, do all my training and everything. And if it works out, I'll be ready. And if not, well, at least I'll be in somewhat good shape for whatever. So got the call, things were good. And so I was already in a good spot then. And then probably the last 6 weeks, just been really able to kind of stack upon that, the training and the riding and, getting to the tracks and the environments that's going to push me physically closer to what it's going to be on the race weekends.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. I believe Ken Roczen has logged in as well. I'll go back to Michael Antonovich for our next question.
Thanks, Jason. This one is for Tony Cairoli. Tony, with you coming over here, this is pretty much the bookmark on another part of your big career, world champion, Motocross of Nations. You've done everything. Is there something about watching the Americans where you're excited to race them? Is it the tracks that you're excited about, the competition? Is there a challenge that you see that maybe you've never faced before in the MXGPs? Is there anything that's really caught your attention before these two races?
No, actually, I was a little bit bored about the MXGP, everything around the races, and then I say, okay, I want to always do some racing in were amazing, and so many lines, and on a race day, it's so much nicer than the GP rounds where it's mainly one line. Here it looks everything more wide and more lines. So I always would love to come. Of course, I prefer to do it when I was on the hype of my career, not when I'm 37 years old. But it's still fantastic that I have the chance to be here.
Sorry, took your space.
Are you surprised at the reaction that you've gotten? Because there's so many Americans that are just so excited to see this limited little bit that we're going to get to see you do.
Yeah, I mean, I have always in my career, I love a lot of Americans, fans keep in contact with me on the social, and they will love. They always say, "Oh, you come over for one race or whatever. We love to see you at the races," and it's fantastic. I mean, I'm just so pumped, to be at the races and meet some fans that never had the chance to see me, and of course it's always nice. And I'm Italian, so we are really warm persons, and it's nice to hang out with a lot of fans and try to spend time with them. So it would be nice.
Thank you.
We'll go to Mitch Kendra for our next question.
Hey, it's Mitch Kendra from RacerX. We'll go to Brandon Hartranft. Obviously, you had a strong finish to the Supercross season. How can you keep that momentum rolling as we go into Pro Motocross?
We made some positive changes to the bike this past year compared to last year outdoor race and our racing. And yeah, I'm just trying to keep my momentum, honestly, from Supercross. Obviously, a lot of guys got hurt, but I just salvaged and stayed healthy and ended up 8th in points. So it was good for me. But yeah, I mean, we've not had that much time. We've had about 2 weeks off. 2 weeks of prep for outdoors. So the bike's it's getting there, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to a great summer of racing. And yeah, I mean, I think we can do really well this year. I think it's awesome we get to race Cairoli and Dungey. So hopefully I can try and keep up with them guys. But yeah, we're getting there. We've had some new personnel and suspension guys and new motors. And I mean, we're trying. That's all that matters.
And you kind of grew up racing more like the East Coast tracks, right?
Yeah, I'm from New Jersey. So
yeah, are you going to be more comfortable when we go east, or do you feel like starting in California, do you have like a good base for starting in those races, or are you kind of waiting to go east more, say?
yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm definitely East Coast guy. I love the East Coast dirt. Out here, it's definitely a little tougher for me to race on, but I mean, there's really no excuses. Everybody else has got to race on it. So, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the East Coast rounds.
Cool, thanks.
Next up, we'll go to racer and media member Josh Mosman. Are you racing and you're asking a question?
You're on mute.
Oh, you're on mute. Hang on. He's pointing down at something. I'll let Brandon try to sort that out, and I will go to Alex Gobert. No, you're down right now. Alex Gobert, I'll go to you, and then we'll try to sort out Mosman. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, thanks, Weege. For Ken Roczen, good to see you back. Yeah, really excited to see you back for the outdoor season. So where are you at? How's the how's the health and that sort of thing?
Yeah, really coming around. I've put in a lot of work these few weeks, and I'm expecting a little bit of a process and whatnot. But at the same time, I'm really just excited to be back racing. As much as I needed that break, it kills me being outside of racing and see those guys race. It's just not the same being at home. But at the same time, I kind of have to pick my back a little bit. My heart's in it, and mentally I'm in it. So I'm just gonna start racing this weekend and see where we're at, and then go from there. I'm not afraid to put in the work, and I'm in a really good spot. At the same time, this first round being at Fox Raceway is always a little bit unique. I feel like every year, just the track it's just a little bit its own league. So I'm trying to stay healthy and see where we're at after this weekend, and at the same time not really try and go circles depending on if we have to make changes to the bike. But I've just kind of been riding whatever I have, and so it's what brings in good results. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just excited to get back.
Right on. Thank you.
Grace, we'll go back to you for our next question, and then we'll try to get Mosman fired back up. Go ahead, Grace.
Thank you. This one's actually also for Ken Roczen. You've obviously had about 3 months to kind of mentally, physically recover from what was going on during the Supercross season. And so I just want to ask, with you being a dad now, does that family life with Courtney and Griffin kind of help you maintain your stability and well-being off the track? And does that make this recovery different than your other past injury recoveries?
Yeah, for sure it helps, because it kind of takes your mind off of, being miserable, not being out there, you know what I mean? Kind of like that. I wouldn't call it guilt, but just I'm a racer and I want to be out there. And when I have to make these decisions of taking a step back, they don't come easy to me by any means. So it is really nice to have that balance and focus on something different than always just competing, because that's what pretty much all we have done I've done for 90% of my life. So that for sure helps out, and kind of see my son grow. There's so many different stages. I mean, he's going on 21 months, and during this time, they just change so much every couple of weeks, and I'm just really trying to take it all in and that motivates me as well to just come back racing. And now that he's getting older, he actually understands it a lot more, and it makes it super fun for me. So I'm definitely enjoying that.
Thank you.
Josh Mosman, if you're back, we'll give it another try.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that. This one goes to Dungey. It's awesome to see you back racing. What was the motivation that got you to come back to line up? These pro motocross races are no joke. No matter how fit you are, no matter how fast you are, no matter how good your bike is, it's still brutal and challenging out there. And I know you mentioned already that you wanted to come back before, and this was the opportunity to finally worked out. But what made you want to come back? And do you look back and wish that you hadn't retired when you did? Or what was that motivation that got you back in the gym and back at the track?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there was a couple different times I seeked it out, and for me, I can look back and decisions made. It is what it is now, But I've also learned a lot, through these last 5 years too. So, I think at the end of the day, racing is always something I've been passionate about, always something I enjoyed, and not to mention it challenges you in so many different ways. I mean, in multiple aspects. So. I wanted that challenge, and I know outdoors is a pretty big one to step into, just with the motos, the heat and everything. And I mean, you named it all, but, but also having the courage to man up and do it as well. I think the thing that makes this possible too is, like I said before, we have a family now and which is awesome. Sorry about that. And so being able to, be in Minnesota, train there. We got good tracks, got a good setup and everything. So I don't necessarily have to uproot the family as well. And so if this was something I had to move states and completely uproot the family, that probably I probably wouldn't have been able to do it. So, I'm excited. It's like I told you, it's been 5 years. So, these guys have got more experience. Their foundation stronger. I have a ton of respect for all these guys, but I think it's a huge challenge. And I think for me as a man and personally, just wanting to do that again. And I guess, you got two pathways. You can either choose the fear or or faith. And so want to pursue it with open eyes and, focus on the right thing and hope for the best and just apply myself every single weekend. So just excited to be out again.
That's cool. Will we see you at Baker's Factory mid season, getting ready for next East Coast rounds?
Well, if it ain't going so hot, then maybe they'll send me down there. But no, I plan to stay in Minnesota the whole year. So that's the goal. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. And then if I can ask another question, Cairoli, it is so cool to have both you and Dungey here. And Antonio, what's it like for you getting ready for Paula this weekend, where we have qualifying right away? You get about 2 laps of free practice, and then it's green flag qualifying right away, and then you get one more qualifying session, a 15-minute moto. You have about 2 hours, and then you go racing 2 35-minute motos back to back. MXGP, you guys have a whole day for practice, a whole free practice, a lot of time to get used to the track. Now it's going to be quick moving. So is that something you're looking forward to? You're excited to have all racing all in one day, or is that something that's going to be new for you?
Yeah, of course. It's something new, but I like one day more because my physical condition. I'm not. My recuperation is not like 10 years ago when I was 27 or 25. Now it takes longer, so it's everything is in one day. It's a little bit better for me. So I really like it. Of course, the practice it's short, and the time you need to put a good time quickly. So this is not what we are used to it too, but we can figure it out hopefully, and we can make a not so bad time hopefully.
Awesome, thank you. And then if I could ask one more quick question for Dylan Ferrandis. Dylan, you missed the last few Supercross rounds, and now you're back for Pro Motocross. Obviously, totally different types of discipline of racing, but these other guys, they've continued to race where you have been off the track, off the bike for a little bit. So is there a kind of an extra fire that's lit under you to get back out there now that you had to sit on the sidelines for a little bit? Or what's your mindset coming into Paula?
I mean, yeah, for sure. There's I saw everybody riding during the Supercross, and I wasn't able to finish the season. So for sure, I missed that. But at the same time, it's a new season. Everybody's all the points are back to zero. Everybody's reset. So I think it's important to just do like a little bit last year, step by step, weekend by weekend, and don't try to win to absolutely win the first round. It doesn't really matter. It's a long championship. So I think my mainly motivation is just to keep this number one plate. I work so hard for it. I just want to keep it and try to ride the best I can. Nothing crazy. Any crazy motivation for any reason. Just I want to be the best of myself and try to win again this championship.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, we have time for two more, and we'll wrap this up just past 3 o'clock. I'll go to Alex Gobert, and then we'll wrap it with Mitch Kendra. Alex Gobert, go ahead.
Thanks, Weege. Yeah, just for Shane McElroth, how important is it, or how critical is it for you to maximize this opportunity that you currently have and get the results? I know it's only a short turnaround and the expectations have to be high, but how important is it to make the most of this opportunity and, for your future?
I think it is important, obviously, but for me, there's only so much that I can do, and like kind of going back, I've been on the bike for about 2 weeks now, and prior to that, I was off the bike for about 2 months. So there's still a lot of learning. There's still a lot of just progress that needs to be made, and it's going to take some time. So for me, it's just starting out the best I can. I don't really know what that is right now, but I think it is important for me to lay a good foundation from the first round and something that we can really build off of moving forward, whether that's I'm racing the first 4 rounds. I would like to hopefully be around for more, but that's not really up to me right now. So I just need to go out and do the best that I can and work with the team and enjoy it most of all, and just make progress each time I'm on the track.
Thanks. Hope it goes well.
Last question, Mitch Kendra.
Hey, we'll go with Tony for this one real quick. So obviously you've had a kind of similar question about family. Some of these other guys have asked about, you've been able to do kind of some of these like bucket list things and racing with MXGP, kind of different travel to different countries and stuff like that. Is there like extra, I guess, is it more important to you that you're able to do this now, like with your family right by your side, or can you kind of talk a little bit about like what that experience is like, having your family with you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we always want to, to come to US, like I always said, and now, bringing the family, it's good. It's nice because I mean we can do a little bit of holiday together and meet some friends that we didn't meet for so long, and this is just the approach that we are taking into the race at the moment. Just fun and meeting friends and riding. It's been my passion, and they always been in the back of me for especially my wife for so many years, and so it's nice to be here and just hang out with them and try to have some fun.
Awesome, thanks.
All right, there it is, 6 o'clock local time out in California. Thanks for joining us for our 450 class preseason press conference. Racing starts this Saturday. All 4 motos will be live on MAV TV, or subscribe on MAV TV Plus if you want the streaming package that's available. Jason Wygant, I'll be joined in the booth this weekend by Rick Johnson and Jeremy McGrath, our expert analyst. And Jason Thomas will be our trackside pit reporter for 2022. Thanks to the riders and press for joining us, and we will see you as we take it outside starting this Saturday. Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Fox Raceway at Pala.